In a bustling coffee shop, a deep thinker sits alone, their mind a whirlwind of complex ideas, while around them, the symphony of small talk crescendos. They smile politely, nodding at the surface-level conversations, but their mind feels like a vast library with rows of untouched books, yearning for deeper engagement. This isn't just shyness, it's a phenomenon psychologists call sensory processing sensitivity. Their brains are wired to absorb and process information deeply, making small talk feel like an energy-draining monologue. But here's the twist. This perceived social awkwardness is a sign of their extraordinary ability to connect deeply, to see the world in layers that others often miss. So, why do deep thinkers struggle with small talk, and what does this reveal about their unique psychology? Let's dive in. The question, "How's work?" is lobbed like a hand grenade. It's not the words themselves that cause the reaction, but the implied demand for a generic, surface-level response. The deep thinker's body rebels. Heart rate quickens, not out of excitement, but out of a primal instinct to flee. Sweat beads on the forehead, not from exertion, but from the effort of translating complex thoughts into trivial chatter. This isn't just discomfort, it's a physiological response to a violation of their cognitive integrity. The brain, wired for depth and meaning, is forced to engage in what feels like a charade. It's akin to an artist being asked to discuss the color blue in terms of light or dark, when their mind is immersed in the emotional resonance, the cultural symbolism, the play of light and shadow that blue can evoke. The discomfort isn't just a personal quirk, it's a manifestation of a psychological concept known as sensory processing sensitivity. This trait, identified by psychologist Elaine Aron, describes individuals who process sensory data more deeply and thoroughly than others. For them, small talk isn't just trivial. It's a cacophony of missed opportunities for meaningful connection. It's like being forced to sip water from a fire hose. The brain, craving depth, is overwhelmed by the superficial. The weather, too, becomes a battleground. "Weather's nice, right?" is a query that demands agreement, not insight. But the deep thinker's mind is already a whirlwind of thoughts about climate change, personal experiences associated with the weather, or even the philosophical implications of a pleasant day. They might be contemplating the existential comfort of a sunny day or the societal impact of extreme weather events. To reduce this complexity to a simple yes or no feels like a betrayal of their intellectual curiosity. It's as if a philosopher like Blaise Pascal, who pondered the human condition in intricate detail, was asked to discuss the weather in mere platitudes. The deep thinker's brain, much like Pascal's, seeks to understand the underlying truths and connections. They might be thinking about how the weather influences mood, how it affects different communities, or how it fits into the broader narrative of their life. But the questioner, expecting a simple yes, is met with a pause, a furrowed brow, a moment of internal debate. Do first engage in this surface-level exchange, or do first risk being seen as odd, as too intense? This internal conflict is a manifestation of the deep thinker's struggle with the concept of cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort experienced by holding two conflicting thoughts simultaneously. In this case, the dissonance lies between the desire for meaningful connection and the societal expectation to engage in trivial conversation. The discomfort isn't just psychological, it's physical. The deep thinker's body tenses, their breath becomes shallow, and their mind races, searching for an exit strategy. It's a fight-or-flight response, triggered by the perceived threat of inauthenticity. They might excuse themselves to the restroom, or they might force a smile and respond with a generic, "Yes, it's lovely," all while their mind screams in protest. This physical reaction is a testament to the deep thinker's authenticity. They are not just avoiding small talk, they are protecting their cognitive and emotional integrity. It's a form of self-preservation, a defense mechanism honed over years of feeling misunderstood or overlooked. The deep thinker's mind is a complex ecosystem, teeming with ideas, questions, and insights. Small talk, with its demand for superficial engagement, feels like a threat to this ecosystem. It's as if a biologist, deeply immersed in the study of a delicate habitat, was asked to discuss the color of the sky. The biologist's mind, focused on the intricate relationships and processes within the habitat, would struggle to engage in such a trivial discussion. Similarly, the deep thinker's mind, focused on the complex tapestry of human experience, struggles to engage in small talk. This struggle is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It's a testament to their commitment to authenticity, to their refusal to engage in superficial exchanges. But what does this say about their approach to the world? How does this discomfort shape their interactions and their view of society? In the bustling hum of a corporate office, two distinct types of people navigate the shallow waters of small talk. The performers glide effortlessly, their masks of politeness and generic enthusiasm firmly in place. They speak about the weather, the latest sports game, or their fake smile never wavering. This is the concept of self-monitoring in psychology, where individuals regulate their self-presentation to align with the social environment. Performers excel at this, their energy seemingly boundless. They are the life of the party, the ones who can strike up a conversation with anyone. But their strength is also their weakness. A constant performance can lead to burnout, a psychological term known as emotional exhaustion. Meanwhile, the deep thinker, often labeled as introverted or shy, feels a deep exhaustion. It's not just tiredness. It's a feeling of their batteries slowly leaking, percent by percent, with every forced smile. They are not wearing a mask. They are naked, vulnerable, and exposed. This is where the concept of sensory processing sensitivity comes into play. Deep thinkers process everything deeply, including social interactions. Small talk feels trivial, a waste of their mental energy. They crave meaningful conversations, where they can speak from the soul. But in a world that values quantity over quality, they often feel like a square peg in a round hole. The performers might view the deep thinkers as aloof or arrogant. But in reality, deep thinkers are simply conserving their energy for what truly matters. This is akin to energy conservation in psychology, a strategy often employed by individuals with high sensitivity. They might seem lazy, but they are merely choosing to invest their energy wisely. Their apparent weakness is actually a strength, a sign of their depth and authenticity. They are not performing, they are being. And in a world full of masks, that is a rare and valuable trait. Their struggle with small talk is not a flaw, but a testament to their depth. They are not just surviving, they are thriving on their own terms. Their exhaustion is a sign of their authenticity, a badge of honor in a world that often values performance over substance. Deep thinkers often find themselves on the outs with society's expectations, particularly when it comes to social interactions. They're not antisocial, per se, but they do have a strong preference for depth over breadth. This isn't a flaw or a quirk. It's a rational response to a world that often prioritizes quantity over quality. In the realm of psychology, this can be linked to the concept of sensory processing sensitivity, a trait often associated with deep thinkers. It means they process information deeply and are more affected by their environment, seeking meaningful connections over superficial ones. Picture a deep thinker at a party. They're not scowling in the corner, but they're not working the room either. They're engaged in a single, meaningful conversation, while around them, others flit from person to person, trading pleasantries like business cards. The deep thinker isn't judging them, but they are acutely aware of the difference. It's not that they hate people. They hate the shallow version of them that society often requires them to be. This isn't about introversion or extroversion, but about the depth of processing. It's like comparing a gourmet meal to fast food. Both have their place, but one nourishes the body, the other the soul. This depth-seeking behavior can be reframed as a strength, a form of boundary setting. It's about conserving energy for meaningful interactions, not wasting it on trivial ones. It's also a form of self-determination, a key aspect of self-determination theory. Deep thinkers are driven by a need for autonomy, competence, and relatedness. They won't engage in small talk just to fit in. They need to feel that their interactions are meaningful and authentic. This might seem like a weakness to some, but it's actually a sign of strong personal values and a clear sense of self. It's not that they can't play the game, they just refuse to. And therein lies their power. They're not just seeking depth, they're demanding it. And in doing so, they force others to rise to their level. In the realm of deep thinkers, the internal state of searching for substance is a constant companion. It's not just a preference for meaningful conversation. It's a psychological need, a quest for authenticity that stems from a heightened sensitivity to the environment and a desire for genuine connection. This phenomenon is reminiscent of the psychological concept of sensory processing sensitivity, which describes individuals who process information deeply and are particularly attuned to their surroundings. For deep thinkers, this sensitivity extends to social interactions, where they actively seek a spark of realness in the other person's eyes. This search is not passive. It's an active, often subconscious, process of evaluating the depth of a conversation. It's like trying to find a signal in the noise. Deep thinkers are not just listening to the words. They're attuning themselves to the underlying emotions, the unspoken thoughts, the genuine connection. When they encounter small talk, it's like trying to quench thirst with mirage water. The words are there, but the substance is not. This discrepancy can lead to a sense of cognitive dissonance, a psychological state where a person holds two or more contradictory beliefs, values, or ideas simultaneously, causing mental discomfort. When the spark of realness is not found, deep thinkers often choose to retreat into their own minds. This retreat is not a sign of shyness or disinterest, but a coping mechanism, a way to conserve mental energy. It's like a computer slowing down its processes to prevent overheating. This behavior can be understood through the lens of the conservation of resources theory, which suggests that individuals strive to obtain, retain, and protect what they value. For deep thinkers, mental energy is a valuable resource, and they are careful not to waste it on interactions that do not provide substance. This retreat, however, is often misinterpreted by others as aloofness or arrogance, leading to a cycle of misunderstanding and isolation. Yet, it's important to note that this retreat is not a permanent state. It's a temporary pause, a recharging of the mental batteries, before they re-engage with the world, ready to search for substance once more. This cycle of engagement and retreat is a testament to the deep thinker's resilience and their unwavering pursuit of authenticity. In the grand theater of social interactions, many find themselves compelled to perform the age-old script of small talk. It's a dance of trivialities, a ballet of banality, where the steps are predictable and the music is often forgettable. For deep thinkers, this performance feels disingenuous, even exhausting. It's not just tiredness. It's a feeling of their batteries slowly leaking, percent by percent, with every forced smile. This isn't mere laziness or shyness. It's a cognitive and emotional conservation strategy. Psychologists often refer to this as sensory processing sensitivity, a trait that makes deep thinkers more attuned to the nuances of their environment, but also more drained by superficial interactions. This sensitivity is not a flaw, but a filter. It's a lens that allows them to sift through the mundane and focus on what truly matters. Think of it as a quality control mechanism in a factory. While others are content with mass-producing trivial conversations, deep thinkers are the artisans, crafting each interaction with intention and meaning. This is where the concept of self-determination theory comes into play. This psychological framework suggests that humans thrive when they feel autonomous, competent, and connected. For deep thinkers, small talk often fails to satisfy these three psychological needs. It's a script that feels imposed, a performance that doesn't allow them to showcase their unique competencies, and a connection that's often superficial. So, when deep thinkers choose not to engage in small talk, they're not being antisocial or aloof. They're exercising their right to self-determination. They're choosing to conserve their energy for interactions that align with their values and allow them to express their authentic selves. This is where the real magic happens. When they do speak, it's not just to fill the silence. It's to share an insight, to ask a thought-provoking question, or to express a genuine emotion. Their unwillingness to play the game is actually their greatest strength. It ensures that when they do speak, it actually matters. It's like a musician who plays only when they have something meaningful to say, rather than filling the air with noise. This is the power of depth over breadth, of quality over quantity. And it's a reminder that in a world full of noise, silence can be a powerful statement. You've seen how their mind works, how they choose depth over breadth, how their intensity is a beacon of authenticity in a world of superficial chatter. You've witnessed the power of their introspection, the strength in their solitude, and the purpose behind their passion. They're not broken, they're not flawed. They're simply wired differently, and that's their superpower. But remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Next time, we'll delve into how deep thinkers navigate the complex world of emotions and how their unique perspective shapes their emotional landscape. Will they be overwhelmed, or will they find a way to harness this emotional intensity? Stick around to find out. And if you're a deep thinker, or if you know one, share this video, spread the word. Let's celebrate the power of depth in a world that often values breadth. Until next time, keep thinking, keep questioning, and keep going deep.